Okay, this project is our painted Indian elephants, and we're going to go through this project step by step. So I've got a piece of A3 paper here, but you can use whatever you have. If it's smaller, if it's bigger, that's absolutely fine. The way we're going to start drawing our elephants is we're going to start towards the top of our page, about in the middle, and we're going to come right around in a big curve, and then it's going to turn into a little bit of an S line, and it's going to go very close to the bottom of our page, and we're coming up to make the trunk of the elephant and a little kind of triangle mouth at the end. Then we're going to go back up to the top. We're actually going to cross over that line, and we're going to come right back around, and that's going to make a great big elephant ear. Now I've got this little line that I don't need, so I'm going to come back with an eraser and just rub that little bit out, because elephants' ears are not invisible. Now, elephants' eyes are quite small, so we're going to put a little eye in there. You can come back and add the details to that later. Now we're going to go back to where the mouth finishes, so you can see how we left a gap between the mouth and the ear. That's so that we can come around and right down to the very bottom of your page, and then back up, and that's going to become our elephant's leg. Now you can see I haven't gone right up to the ear because we still need to give our elephant a belly. So from the top of that leg, we're just going to curve around and give him a little belly. From the head, we're going to imagine we're drawing a line through that elephant's ear down, and then we're going to just draw that line for the back of the elephant. Now at the moment we can only see our elephant's one front leg. We want to be able to see just a little bit of that leg that is on the other side of our elephant. So we're going to just draw a little bent leg there, and you might just see the beginnings of one little elephant toenail. Now our other leg we can see a lot more, so we might see a few more toenails on that one. Now elephants are very wrinkly creatures, so we want to give our elephant a few wrinkles, particularly where the elephant's body bends. So quite a lot of wrinkles in places like the trunk, but then also around our elephant's knees. Now for our next step, we are going to use a fine liner pen, and a fine liner pen looks like this one here. Now if you have this available, that's great, use it. If you don't, you can outline it with whatever black pen you've got. And what you're going to do, you're going to very carefully trace over anywhere where you've drawn your pencil lines. Now I've got one over here that's already been done. So this is our outlined elephant. So we can see not only have I outlined all around my pencil lines, I've also just coloured in that little bit of the mouth. I've coloured in a little bit of the top of the trunk, and I've just done a little bit of shading here and there. The reason I'm doing that, and this next step is only if you have been able to use one of our fine liner pens. Permanent markers and textures do not work for this bit, but if you do have one of the fine liners, what I'm going to get you to get is a little container of water, whatever brush you've got, dip it in the water, and we're going to go over that ink, and you can see as soon as the water goes on, it starts to bleed out. And we're going to create this beautiful, almost purpley blue-grey colour for our elephant. And we're going to paint over the whole of our elephant. If you have added tusks to your elephant, which you can do if you would like to, try not to paint the water over those so that we can leave them nice and white. But also your elephant's toenails we're going to leave nice and white, so we won't paint over those either. Now when you've done this, you're going to need to put your elephant aside for a little while and let it dry. So I'm going to show you one that is finished. So here is a finished elephant. So this one has been painted all over except for in the tusk, and tried to keep it out of the toenails as well. What we're going to do from there And again, I've got one that we've already done. We're going to really carefully cut that elephant out. Now he looks a little bit strange at the moment because he's cut in half. So if you have black paper, use black paper. If you don't, use whatever paper you've got available. It could be a coloured piece of paper. It could be the back of a cereal box. It could be some wrapping paper. It could be some painted paper that you've made before. So we're going to, when we stick our elephant on, line that line right up against the edge of your paper, and we're going to glue that elephant down. Then you get to decorate your elephant, which is the fun bit. So going back to my original picture here, if you have access to the internet and you can have a little look at some decorated painted elephants of India, you'll see that they have all these beautiful bright colours. They often have a headdress on. They often have things like little bits of jewellery around elephants' ankles. They often have beautiful blankets on the elephant's back. So you can choose how you would like to decorate it. If you have little bits of paper that you would like to collage onto your elephant, you could. You could just draw your patterns and colour them, so you can use whatever you've got available. Hope you enjoy this project.